Hello, welcome back to WINFXTRADING YouTube channel, the only channel that has been optimized to make you rich trading the Forex synthetic market. If this is your first time of visiting this YouTube channel, do your best to subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you get notified each time I upload a new content. Try to refer this channel to your network, show that YouTube pushes to a very high level of audience. In today's video, we shall discuss H4 swinging supremacy in a trending market. Okay, if you have been losing money actually in this market, Forex synthetic gold trading, make sure you leverage our efforts. We have VIP signal services, investment services, we have mentorship and course services. Okay, so I'm gonna actually get into the theoretical part of this, and then we go into the chart for practical part of this. And right here, I'm gonna show you some of these things using a watch tool. If you detect a signal after performing your technical analysis, which includes structure, indicator, basically the moving average, a top-down analysis, and you discover that you have a buy signal, meaning that it will be pointing like this. This is the pointing vector for that signal. Okay, if you fail, no matter the time frame where you conclude the entries and refinement of that signal, no matter how good and accurate it is, if you cannot optimize the swinging system at 4-hour time frame, that signal will be loss driven. It's going to be loss driven. And right here, what I'm going to do now is to show you what I mean. Now, you have seen this signal, you have detected this signal, and you have concluded that it is going to work, maybe because of what you have done in other time frame. Okay. Now, but in the 4-hour, you notice that there is a wave that go like this and go like this, and then try to attack this point, and then it tried to attack this point, and then it failed to take this high, and then it dropped, it started dropping, and then it went up again. Like this thing actually get modeled by this trend line, but you just want to buy that. What it is called is artificial reversal. Then you want to apply a buy force that will reverse that market. It won't, rather it will create a massive wave going downwards. Okay, so you have to understand this. Despite whatever you know, go and actually do the swinging analysis in the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so that's what I want to talk about in this video. So I'm gonna go to chart and make it more practical. Okay, right now I'm going to open volatility 75 index and work on this stuff. So right here, you see this market, we need to really we need to really do the top-down analysis first. And right here, we start from the monthly time frame. So in the monthly time frame, you notice that the market actually meets this level, which is a very strong support level, and starts having rise in buy volume. Okay, so we can say there is probability of buying the month, And then when we go to the weekly time frame, we notice that this market actually created a trend line, and this time area to that trend line it created a sell. And then when we go to the daily time frame, we notice that a buy action creates and the market is on a pullback trying to test this support. Once it tests this support, it will go up. Then in the 4 hour, the market was actually going like this. Okay, the market was actually going like this. So this is a trending market. Okay, so look at the issue here. Some trader will come and start initiating some buys along this session. So when you initiate some buys along this session, these markets have every right to grab liquidity here. The market have every right to grab liquidity here and go up. That is over 10,000 pips. So no matter how you try to optimize your SA, you will still lose. Okay, so you go to 1 hour time frame, and then you feel like, oh, there is a support, so you have to enter the market here, which is true. Okay, and then you go to 30 minutes, you also see more confirmation to actually buy this market here. At least you have to buy here and put your stop loss somewhere here. That is 600 pip and you're targeting 6,000. That is 1:10, right? Risk reward. Now, what will differentiate you from a real trader who is ready for profit is when you go back to the 4 hour and do the swinging analysis in the 4 hour proper, not just normal analysis. Like, you have to analyze this thing proper. Okay, you have to analyze this thing proper. Now, how do you do it? How do you do it? Okay, you deploy candlestick and line frequency analysis. And in the time domain, you'll be dealing with candlestick, and when you study the trend characteristics of this market, so this is the trend line. Okay, this is a trend line, like based on proximity, the most proximity regions representing the trend in the market. So you have this turning point, okay, and then the trend has been created, and then there is loss of volume because this market tends to create multiple tops here, which is a very strong resistance, meaning that the trend, the slope at that session is 0, meaning that the trend is 0. There is no trend and the market is ranging, so it's ranging at those regions, and now because of that there is no trend, and then we have this support here, and the market attacked this support, trading below that support. Okay, now this is a sign of strength to the sellers, meaning that sellers have the high probability to set price towards this session. Okay, and if that happens, no matter what you know in the top down analysis, you will still be losing money buying. So what the swinging system is showing here is that this market have probability to sell than to buy. Then when you go to line frequency chart analysis, then study the discrete slopes, like individual slope of all the lines, and sign them and find the sum, the total sum of the signs of those slopes. So I'm going to do this right now. Okay, so like the trending part of that future, like that present actions, like the region of analysis where you are trying to optimize your entries. Okay, so this is region of analysis. Okay, there are trends in it based on the present event, right? So we have this trend line, and based on parallelism rule, we can also draw a parallel line to this to actually bound the market within a closed zone. So we have region or closed region, so it will not just be open, so the market will be restricted and bounded, right? So we have this. If you manage to draw that trend line and that parallel line, we have this, and you see that if you are doing the summation, like you don't need to sum it algebraically, because this is actually the summation, this parallel line. So the slope of this parallel line individually are having the same slope, right? So if you draw a third parallel line in between, like an arrow, then it will point downwards, right? So this market has this energy, volume, everything that has to do with that can cause price to move. We actually make this price to move downwards. Okay, so that is the swinging system analysis. Okay, that is the swinging 4-hour swinging analysis. Okay, so that's the swinging supremacy in this market. Like, it is supreme because without doing it, you tend to trade more and more in opposite direction. Like, when you lose, you feel like you want to deposit another money, and you lose again, you feel like you'll be like, this market is supposed to go in your direction, but maybe it's playing, and then you try again, you also say the same thing, and then you try again. Based on part theory, like, it can maintain this path indefinitely until the market actually change to a regime, a new regime or a new season, and then it will become a proper sell. Like, this market is a bear market. It's not every big event starts with a small event. Okay, that's one thing you have to know. So I don't want this video to take much time, but I think I will. Thank you. We are taking time. Thank you, and bye for now.